Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Blind Press YouTube channel for Monday, April 14th. And we are here bright and early with a video for you today because I was just looking at my news feed and the Liberals are at it again. And we're going to read this article here and learn about what they've been doing now besides sign tampering and polluting Carleton ballots with 50 or so candidates. Let's see. Liberal operatives plant, quote, "Stop the Steal," spelled STEAL, buttons. Like, stealing the election. Stop the Steal buttons at a conservative conference. Yes, because if anyone's going to be accused of, quote, stealing the election, it's going to be the conservatives because they've done so much, tampering with liberal signs and messing with liberal area ballots and, oh, wait, having ties to the People's Party of China. Oh, wait. So this subheading says, Liberal Party says campaigners, quote, regrettably got carried away with use of buttons. No, that's not getting carried away. That's going to the other camp and fucking around. That's ridiculous. You can't say that they regrettably got carried away. They knew what they were doing. Come on now. That's dumb. You that's like saying you started a war and got carried away. No, we regrettably got carried away when we nuked that area over there. Oops. Like, come on. That's just stupid. So this says buttons distributed at a conservative conference in Ottawa last week included the names of two conservative strategists and a slogan made popular in 2020 by U.S. President Donald Trump. But Polyev is the Trump person, right? Right? Polyev is Trumpian. But the liberals are the ones using the slogans. But Polyev is the slogan guy and the guy that's like Trump. Okay. Two Liberal Party staffers attended last week's Canada Strong and Free Network CSFN conference, where they planted buttons that used Trump-style language and highlighted division within the Conservative Party. Are they trying to sow division between candidates, I wonder? Are they trying to... You know what this was? This was to start infighting. Who brought these buttons, man? We don't want to be close to Trump. Who did this? I didn't do it. Well, somebody's lying. They got here somehow. And then the Liberal staffers sneak away going, Like, that's exactly what this was. This was to sow infighting. The conference, often referred to by its former name, the Manning Conference, Reform! That's an Air Farce joke for my Canadian friends, is an opportunity for conservative-leaning Canadians to talk about policy proposals and network. It was held at the Westin Hotel in downtown Ottawa. So this is absolutely, like I said, meant to sow infighting within the Conservative Party. Getting, sneaking in and dropping these buttons. Some attendees noticed buttons appearing at the event. See? One said, quote, "Stop the Steal," and this an apparent reference to Donald Trump's attempts to overturn the result of the 2020 U.S. presidential election. Again, but it's Polyev that's Trumpian, right? Fuck me. The Liberal Party of Canada has sought to tie Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre to the American president in speeches and ads. Some Conservative supporters have expressed skepticism about polling numbers that put the Liberals ahead. Yeah, because the polls are skewed. They're not polling enough Canadians to get an accurate number. They're polling like 2,000 people at a time. They're not polling over 1 million or at least 10,000 people. If they even went to 5,000 people, they would see that Poilievre is still winning. Another button had the name Jenny Byrne, or Byrne, Byrne. That's an interesting spelling. Crossed out with the name Corey Teniek underneath. Byrne is the national campaign director for the Conservative Party of Canada. Oh! Teniek is a long-time Conservative strategist who played a key role in Ontario Premier Doug Ford's re-election campaign. He has been deeply critical of the Conservative Party of Canada's campaign to date. Yeah, because it's not right-wing enough. So they put somebody who's more right-leaning than Poilievre. They've crossed out the national campaign director and put in a name of somebody who's more right-leaning. This is deliberate fuckery. And you can tell that the Liberals are desperate, because if they knew they had a good chance, they would just do what they're supposed to do and campaign. Like, not even the NDP is pulling this crap. That should tell you something. If the NDP is just running on their own campaign and running on their own merits, and the Liberal Party has to do all this mess, that should tell you something. Very, very, it should tell you something very blatant. The buttons were scattered in the event space in a way to give the impression that they were made and left by people attending the conference. See? This was a direct attempt to make it look like the Conservatives did this. In fact, the idea came from the Liberal war room. Yep. Buttons planted by two staffers on Friday night in two Ottawa bars. Campaign workers shared how the party was behind this move, with two Liberal Party staffers attended the conference intended for Conservatives and placed these buttons in areas where attendees would find them. At the pub, Darcy McGee's, oh shit, near Parliament Hill. I know that pub. I've never been there, but I've heard of it. A number of Liberal War Room staffers met for drinks on the far side of the bar. This journalist joined one of them for a quick conversation, but heard another staffer who had previously identified himself as being involved in opposition research describing how he and a colleague planted the buttons. The staffer knew he was sitting next to a journalist. Well done, sir. Well done, sir. I guess he figured because you were a CBC journalist that he was safe. Well, tough shit for you, my friend. When confronted, The staffer at first confirmed what he'd done, but he then denied saying anything when told that CBC News would be reporting on the operation. This is bad. And when CBC calls you out, the one media outlet that had your back, the one media outlet that had your back is calling you out. This is not good for you. A conservative source overheard the other conversation. Some conservative supporters question whether the polls can be trusted. The Liberal Party said Sunday evening that some campaigners, quote, regrettably got carried away, end quote, with the use of buttons, quote, poking fun at reporters of conservative quote, poking reporters for conservative infighting. Liberal spokesperson Kevin Lemke said the party has conducted a review of the matter and that leader Mark Carney had made it clear, quote, this does not fit his commitment to serious and positive discourse. Bullshit. I call bullshit. I think he knew. I think he knew absolutely. It's unfortunate but not surprising that the Liberals would seek to misrepresent the views of attendees of our conference, said CSFN spokesperson Alex Spence in a statement. Yeah, it is true. It's not surprising, but it's unfortunate. Because and like I said earlier, you know the Liberals are desperate. You know the Liberals know they're going to lose when they pull this crap. This is absolutely pathetic. I wanted to bring this story to your guys' attention. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I have to go to town, so I will be uploading this video early and possibly look for some shorts today. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.